and welcome to my channel. Today I've got a Christmas tutorial for you. Let's get started. Now, first step, I'm actually going to use a product that I've been saving up for Christmas, like since summer. It's a dark green cream eyeshadow by Faas. It immediately screamed Christmas at me, not literally of course. Anyway, I've put it on a little tray that still contains body paint of last week's look. Whoopsie, I really should have cleaned that. But anyways, I put a little bit of it on a clean surface of it, so I don't have to keep this thing open the entire time I'm working with it. And we're going to go for a winged look. Now, this is going to be step 1, and we're going to accomplish that by using a blending brush, putting enough product on it, and using a ruler. Alternatively, you could use something that's not a ruler. There's also glue on this one, so I can't even use all the edges. You could use a piece of paper, a business card, whatever, but I don't have any of those things around me right now. So I'm using a dusty old ruler that happens to be on my desk. And then just blend the product out. And if you're using a cream product like me, do make sure to immediately start blending and don't focus on darkening up the edge first, because otherwise the product is going to dry and you won't be able to blend anymore. Now I'm also going to pull this below my eye, connecting it with the outer wing. And like, don't be too concerned if you have a little bit of a bump here from connecting the two, because concealer is still a thing that needs to be done, so everything can be still fixed. Next up, it's time to add some shimmer. I'm also going to use Ellis Faas for that, and again putting some product on a tray so I don't waste all of it by letting the entire thing dry out. This is a green shade technically, as you can probably tell, but we're gonna put gold glitter over top of it, so it's going to look more gold in a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to use it to create a cut crease, and it's quite a soft cut crease because I didn't really put product in the inner corner yet. So there's not really a lot of like contrast. It's a very soft cut crease, which also makes it a very forgiving cut crease. I do want something festive, I do want something special and nice. But I don't want something that I have to spend 12 hours on with a magnifying glass. Because my true priority on Christmas morning is usually that I want to be done in time for breakfast. Now lastly, I'm going to use my regular eye primer as a brow bone highlight. Also, by the way, if you don't like using cream products, you can totally just go for an eye base first and do this with powder. I just personally find cream eyeshadows really quick to work with, which is really nice. Also because you don't have to put a base beneath them. Although admittedly they usually last less long than powder eyeshadows, just because they can dry out if you leave them for too long. Now, a little bit closer, because we're going to do some detail work. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Norvina palette to make the crease a little bit darker. Define it a little bit more. I also still need to do a true brow bone highlight, a inner corner highlight. I need to put more glitter on top of there. We still have a whole lot of stuff to do actually. Let's hurry. Now, first off, I'm just putting a black shade in the deepest part of the outer corner crease. Not necessarily to get it full on black. My goal is just to really darken it up and create a shadow there. Just so you don't have one like even part of green all the way from the lashes to up here. I really want there to be definition in my eyelids. So yeah, this is just going to create a nice shadow. You can really tell this side is way more intense than this side. Which is what we're going for. Then a separate eyeshadow for the brow bone highlight. This is one by KIKO, my favorite. For this purpose at least. Now to go from this to this, I'm always getting confused with what side to point to first. I'm going to use a green shade on a blending brush, and I'm really putting it at like the edge where it's still really dark. And then I'm just going to wipe down the brush and start to blend. The reason I actually apply the powder eyeshadow over top of the eye primer is, well, it's technically a cream eyeshadow. But I use it for a primer for a reason, because it's a very good primer. So if I wouldn't use a other eyeshadow on top of it, this would just create one big green stripe. Which is exactly what I'm not going for. I'm trying to get a smooth result here. To get it even more intense, I'm going to use a green shade on a small brush to create sort of a floating line here. Also on that side I had a little bit of a zit on my eyelid, and now it's conveniently covered, which is also a nice thing. And to get that soft, I'm just using my brow bone highlight right between the shimmer and the green. finish that part off. And then for the inner corner highlight, I'm going back through to the Norvina palette. Wow, why is talking suddenly difficult? I don't know. Anyway, just a nice bright highlighter. Now for the next step, the glitter. You could also do it the difficult way, I guess. But I'm going to use the easy way, which is a glitter palette. This one is by Cosmetics. It has a unicorn on it, which is always good. But anyways, it's really easy and convenient to use. You could also go for glitter glue and actual loose glitter. Good luck with cleanup if you do that. Basically what this is loose eye safe glitter in a palette where it's already stuck in a form of glitter glue. So it just works like an eyeshadow, but glitter. Which is way more convenient for me personally, at least, than to use a glitter glue and loose glitter. Because one, this gives less of a mess. But also, for some weird reason, I always, with whatever glitter glue I use, I always manage to ruin the bottle. Like the little tip that it comes out of. I always snap it off. Not on purpose, it just happens. And then the entire freaking thing dries out and it's really annoying. I'm also going to carefully place a little bit of a green and gold glitter right between this glitter and the dark outer edge. And then I'm going to put just a teeny tiny bit of a holographic glitter right over top of the already existing highlight in the inner corner. And then basically the base is done. That was not intended to sound so weird. Anyway, I'm just going to put on some eyeliner. And now I've also done my face real quick. Well, it wasn't actually all that quick. I did a full coverage layer of foundation with contour and concealer and powder and blush and highlight. And eyebrows, very obviously. So yeah, it's time to go back to the eyeballs now. I'm going to use falsies, but I'm going to go for a subtle pair because I really want to keep the focus on the glitter. This is, by the way, a discontinued pair by xoBeauty. It's really flared out. Yeah, and while we wait for the glue to dry. What are you doing with Christmas? Like, are you going out for dinner? Are you going to go to family, friends, whatever, or just sit at home and watch TV series? Maybe, yeah. My parents and I are going to go, well, we're not really going to go somewhere. We're just going to probably, like, go to the center of the city, walk around a bit, just because the city is nice, and yeah. Why not? Just to have somewhere to go. And other than that, we're just going to enjoy food and each other's company. And just, you know, a day off. Okay, you really don't want to know how long that took me. Like these days I sleep with a sleeping mask on my face and that curls my eyelashes really nice, which is sort of the point. But then with curled eyelashes you sort of need to get the lashes behind your actual curly eyelashes, which is more difficult than I ever anticipated it to be. But hey, it works, they're on there. I also punched myself in the contact lens with a pair of tweezers just now, but we're good. Anyway, now we're finally done with that. All that's left to do is the lipstick. I'm going to use a classic red, so yeah, that's the final step. And here we have it, the final results. Yeah, this classic Christmas with the glitter, gold, green and the red lipstick. Yeah. I'm quite happy with how this turned out actually. I hope you like it too. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. It would really help me out because it makes YouTube suggest my video to new people more often. I say the same thing every time and still I manage to say it wrong. Anyway, and if you don't want to miss any of my future videos, you can always subscribe to my channel. I mostly do makeup tutorials, I also do vlogs, and my next tutorial is very surprisingly going to be a New Year's Eve look. So yeah, if you want to know exactly what I've used on my face today, you can find it below in the video description. I'll make a nice convenient list there. And yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you very much for watching this video. As always, I hope you'll have a wonderful day. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you'll have a wonderful Christmas. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope to see you next time. Bye!